Was waiting for my phone to come back online after charging it. We are in Genesis chapter 10 today. I forgot to put in the title again. I have to work on that. So, for anyone that's new here, I am Nidra. Welcome. This is a safe, beautiful space created by the Most High and a way to understand the scriptures in a fresh perspective, a deeper way, and one where the world has changed, taking out things from the scriptures that the Most High wants to place and put back in. And this is a general overview. He wants you to come directly to Him in prayer and supplication, humbled in heart, meek, submissive as a child, just wanting to soak up, just full of imagination and brightness, and just ready to just hunger for Him. That's the heart posture He wants us in, to come to Him. And He's going to teach us everything about Him, about ourselves, and prepare the way. It's going to heal us from anything we've ever gone through. Did you hear what I said? Anything. I am going through a spiritual awakening now where this is what He is doing for me in my life, to be the example, to sound the alarm, to tell people to come unto Him, to do it His way, not our way, to lean not to our own understanding, but to trust in Him, to lead the way, to surrender all. I surrender all. And it is a daily action that is necessary. It's not a one and done thing. We must be doing these things every single day. I've already spoke with him, but I'm going to pray on. I typically don't like to pray on camera, but I'm being prompted to. So I'm going to make sure that I'm obedient to that. I am pulling up the scriptures. And I love having the app to be able to pull that up. It's just like so perfect. Okay, so let me grab my glasses. I'm just like, I'm just going to use what I got. Okay, so we're in Genesis chapter 10. And you can go back and view any of the replays. I have listed each of them for what day was in the topic, which was we started and began in Genesis chapter 1. So there you have it. So you can always go back and review any that you may have missed, okay? Thank you so much for joining in. And please feel free to intermingle or whatever. I have never really done the chats or anything like that, but I am looking to try to get more interactive with you all as I'm learning and growing, okay? With YouTube, because it's been so much to take in with all their rules and regulations and everything, and I'm really trying to make sure I comply. Okay, so the preface says, the descendants of Noah and Japheth, whose descendants are Gentiles, Ham, whose descendants include the Canaanites, and Shem, of whom came Peleg, in whose days the earth was divided. And first, verse 1 says, and I'm so sorry, I'm losing my voice, but verse 1 says, now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were sons born after the flood. And I'm being told to speak. I am not losing my voice. My voice is going through a challenge right now, one that is quickly going to overcome. Because there have been prayers to silence me. I don't know. I'm only going off what he tells me. And I'm just listening and being obedient. So I'll be drinking my tea after this to heal my throat. And I'm pretty sure to be back, snatched back like day one. Okay. So reading verse 1 again now. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. Verse 2 says, the sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Message, and Tyrus. Verse 3 says, and the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. Verse 4 says, and the sons of Javan, Elijah, and Tarshish, Kedem, and Dodanim. Verse 5 says, by these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families and their nations. So the Lord is starting to establish the earth and sending them where they need to go to continue to be fruitful and multiply, is what I'm being told. Okay. Verse 6 says, and the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Phut, and Canaan. Verse 7, and the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sapta, and Rama, and Sabteka, and the sons of Rama, Sheba, and Datum. Verse 8, and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Verse 10, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar. Verse 11 says, out of that land went forth Ashur, and builded Nineveh, and the city Rehoboth, and Calah. Okay, confirmation for what I was just thinking, which was, it's a miracle from him that I'm making sure that I'm getting these names right. I literally thought that. I was like, Lord, thank you for the confirmation again, because he makes sure that he gives me the proper pronunciation. And even in the gift of tongues and things of that nature, these are gifts from the Most High. I'm telling you, there is supernatural locked away inside you in your soul. Your soul intuition is your direct connection to him. Your highest self is who is the greatest of who you can be in this realm. That God is really working to get you there. But we don't pay attention to the signs. Even when they are like seriously, intricately, a roadmap just designed for us individually. Individually. He is calling each of us to him, to come unto him, to learn of him, so we can learn of ourselves, so we can learn how to protect ourselves, so we learn how to cover ourselves. We war against principalities of darkness and not against this flesh. This flesh is already weak. This flesh is already susceptible to the spirits. If we do not discern, if we do not connect with the Most High, if we do not connect with our spirit, we cannot overcome. We're going to be succumbing to things instead of overcoming. If we just focus on our own strength, we can only go so far. Yeah, we can have good things and everything depending on ourselves, but to have great things, godly promises, and live out the covenants and our divine inheritance, you cannot get that without the Most High. This is what he is speaking in this day and time, because we are in the day of judgment. We are going through so much right now, and he is wanting to prepare us for what is to come. It is only going to get worse. Please, and I'm being told he does not beg, borrow, please, so I'm going to stop saying please. And even when I saw it in somebody's song that I sung in another little clip today, I was like, God, don't beg. He made sure he told me I don't beg. He's not going to beg us. He already knows us. Either we're going to come to him or we aren't, and we're going to have to deal with the consequences of our actions, whether that be positive or negative. That's just what it boils down to. Okay, so I'm being told to get back to the scriptures. All right, verse 12 says, and Rezin between Nineveh and Calah, the same is a great city. 13, and Mizraim begot Ludum, and Ananim. I'm told I didn't pronounce that right. Anamim. Yes, that's correct. Anamim. And Lahabim. And Naphtuhim. Verse 14. And Pathrusim. And Kasluhim, out of whom came Philistim. And Kaphtorim. 15. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite. And I'm being told this is all documented because we're supposed to be documenting our lineage, our bloodline, because he wants to help us heal and free us from the curses of our bloodline. Something that I received a heavy premonition on is I've been seeing so many women suffering from alopecia and losing their hair. These are curses in your bloodline. Some woman in your bloodline back in the day was ticked off, some woman or some man, and I'm told that it's been both male and female, had gone through some type of situation where they felt like that person, wronged them where a relationship was concerned. And then they wished the harm on them. This is what was done to Medusa. Most people think that that is a myth. It is not. Medusa was gorgeous. And whom fell in love with her, now she can't help how she look. She ain't got no control over that. But yet the world judged her based on that. And then that person cursed her so that no one else will want her. These are examples of the curses in our bloodline. And God says people are worried about, and I'm being told to say it, shit, fuck, damn. Those are adjectives. Curses are when you wish those horrible, heinous things like the baldness. My grandmother let me know that that was a curse in our bloodline. One that I have worked diligently to come against and has been successful and will continue to be successful because the Most Highest God is leading and guiding me where that's concerned. And if we are not connected to him, we cannot receive this instruction. We cannot receive these blessings. And this is the documentation of a family lineage. He gave us the example. That's what we're supposed to be doing, so we can heal the curses in our bloodline. The original curse. Adam and Eve never went to God asking, why should we not eat and partake of this tree? Should we listen to this person that's telling us that if we eat of this tree, we'll have the knowledge of good and evil? And what are the ramifications of that? What are the consequences? Nobody went to God to ask any of it because they just wanted it. They wanted it. They desired it. And we are still living under that curse. God has sent the souls of Adam and Eve. I'm being adamant. Told the Most High led me to something else to show me that through repetition is how we can learn. And he wants to go take us through it over and over again. This is why a lot of times we get stuck in these trials that we go through over and over again until we learn what he knows we need to learn. And until we humble ourselves and count it all joy, no matter what we go through, to understand it is all preparation. It is all working together for our greatest and highest good. It is all working together for the good of them who love him. And then you understand. You understand how that works. And this is what he's trying to tell us. I'm being told to get back to the scriptures. So 17, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite. 18, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. Verse 19, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah and Zeboim, even unto Lasha. 20. These are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations. And God is showing how he's breaking up and separating based upon the lineage, is what I'm being told. And if you're wondering why I keep saying that, I've gone through a spiritual awakening. I've been blessed with spiritual gifts where I have direct access to the spirit world. I can directly talk to angels, and what people want to call them demons, but they are light and dark angels. They are not demons. This is something the world has created. But they're light and dark angels, and we get assigned light and dark angels that test us, that record everything we do, and that really our ancestors are connected to that too, to try to lead and guide us on this pathway to correct the sins of the father and the mother, is what I'm being told, to make sure I'm saying. So with that knowledge, God's already prepared the way. All we have to do is trust in him and follow his process by going to him, getting rid of all of our expectations, all the ways we think it should work out, the way we think it should look, the way it should go, because that's what the world has taught us. But we need to humble ourselves to be submissive as a child so we can learn the same way a child does, an infant that's just looking to soak up everything from their parents. And this is how we have to look at our divine creator. This is what he wants our heart posture to look like. Okay, so I'm being told to get back to the scriptures. So the next verse is, I'm trying to make sure, pick up where I left off because somehow my screen moved. We're on verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born. Verse 22. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. Verse 23. And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash. 24. And Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. 25. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided, and his brother's name was Ch10. See, I told you that's just what he told me, that it was being divided up, and he was sending everybody where he wanted them to go. And that all has all been taken out, is what I'm being told. So verse 26. And Ch10 begot Almodad, and Sheleph, and let me get this one. This is a longer name. I'm listening to the Spirit. Hazarmaveth, and Jerah. 27. And Hadoram, and Uzal, and Dikla. 28. And Obul, and sorry, I thought it was an E, it's an A. They're correcting me. Abimel, and Sheba. 29. And Ophir, and Avila, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Ch10. 30. And their dwelling was from Mesha, as thou goest unto Sephar, a mount of the east. 31. These are the sons of Shem, after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. 32. This is the last verse. These are the families of the sons of Noah, after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. And so the Most High is saying that he's divided all this up. He sent everyone where they should go. He gave direct instructions, and they listened. Now, why do you think they took that out the scriptures? Why wouldn't they want people to know that you had direct access to the Most High? Just pray and ponder. You don't have to take my word for it. I trust me, I'm tapped in. I'm doing the work he's asking me to do. I'm following the specific instructions. I'm sounding the alarm. I'm speaking out and telling everybody they need to fall on their face, repent, turn from your wicked ways, lean not to your own understanding. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Meaning that if we are constantly seeking knowledge of the Most High, saying specifically, I'm being told to give clear instruction. All you have to say is humble yourself, heart posture. Make sure you're not puffed up, you're not boastful, you're not upset, you're not angry, you're not frustrated. Make sure you have a loving posture towards him, desiring to get to know him. This is the instruction. Now I'm just being the messenger. And with that heart posture, then you're asking him to reveal the truth. And they keep twisting up my words. They always messing with me because they know I used to be formerly a perfectionist. And so they're breaking that, like messing with my words and the way I pronounce things to see if I'm going to be anal upset and worried about what people are going to think about me. No, those days are gone. This spiritual awakening has completely changed that. So he wants that heart posture to be loving, seeking him wholeheartedly, wanting to have a pure desire just to get to know him. Based upon that desire and the consistency, and this is what I'm being told, he needs the consistency every single day. You openly choosing him, openly submitting your will to him, openly humbling yourself and asking for the truth and only to receive the truth. Ask, he said, be specific in your prayers. He's giving this example my grandfather gave to me again. If you prayed and asked for a car, are you going to be general and just say, Lord, please bless me with a car? Or are you going to be real specific with what you want? Lord, can you please bless me with a red Mercedes G-Wagon with black interior and red accents? Can you please bless me with mag wheels that are black and accented with red, and that the car runs perfectly until you bless me with another one, and that you teach me how to use it in the way you want to. Teach me how to treat this gift from you and know when to let it go and not to covet it. Specific in your prayers. I'm being told to break that down, to show that example. And that's how God wants us with him. Now, I'm being told to reiterate, he does not want you seeking anything from his hand, as in things of the world. Cars, houses, clothes, just take it where it resonates. But he wants you to seek him to have that personal relationship. Once you're consistent with that, he's going to begin to miraculously show you him. And only the way you know it's him. To build that strong foundation. Then in turn, he's going to teach you all about yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, how to protect yourself. And he's going to show you how to navigate your journey, this thing called life. He's going to give you your direct blueprint, your direct map, your direct overlay and answer sheet, like I talked about last night in my spiritual awakening word vomit, because I was highly upset and just feeling. And he doesn't ever want me to express, but I was allowed to feel his emotion. And where do you think we get emotions from? People think God don't have emotions. We ignore him. We come to him and ask him for everything. But we not ask him, how are you doing today? How are you dealing with all those souls that just deny you, that deny that you exist? And we here, which is proof, because we know the miracles that a human body is. just off that alone. And if we don't seek him wholeheartedly, it's going to be like the days of old. He's bringing the scriptures to life. It's coming. You can see it. Go back and read the flood. Go back and read that. He's showing, and he's going to reveal to you what's been taken out, what's been changed in the scriptures. It's all been, we've been bamboozled, so we don't know that we have direct access, that we got to follow some prophet, go to some church and throw our money at it, begging and pleading God to save us and to free us. And we be lied to. God wants you to know him for yourself. He wants you to know him personally, not to be deceived, not to be hoodwinked, not to be bamboozled. You could take the government, you could take anything out in this world, and you tell me where it's meant and set up for the benefit of you. God benefits all, everything he does. Even when he takes things away, it's because we don't know what's up down the road. He does. He sees the path of destruction. And then he tries to warn us to stay off of it, to stay clear, to turn him. But so many times we're hard-headed. And I included myself because I have fallen short many, many times. This spiritual awakening is a purge and a cleansing I never thought I could experience. I never thought I could have the healing that I received. Why would I want to be the only one to feel this? He asked me to commit to so many different things, and I have stepped up every time. And it does not mean it's somebody else's walk. You got your own, one that he specifically created for you. So you can be a blessing and a help to your family. You can heal the generational curses in your bloodline. You can overcome everything that he wants you to. That he's placed miracles and spiritual gifts inside you that he is eager to unlock. I'm talking about eager. He just let me feel this rush of excitement. And he just, the more souls come to him, you don't even know the joy. And not come to him the way we think. Come to him the way he's asking us. The silent. He's so soft. He doesn't have to be loud and boisterous. But the world, they make you believe he is. Oh, you're going to hell. There is, and I'm being told to say this, there is no physical place of hell. When we are disobedient and we say, I went through my entire life, just, I'm not going to do nothing God ever told me to. I mean, every prompt and everything, he gives me chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. I can keep going to get it right. Does that sound like a God that just want to throw you in a hell? It is when he blesses us, and I say bless, with the awareness and understanding that all that time he was real, and all that time we ignored him, and all that time we didn't do nothing he asked us to do, and all that time, the torment of that, that's hell. That's what you're going to experience. I don't want to ever experience that. I don't ever. I can't even fathom what that would feel like. He is calling. He is sounding the alarm. And if you look and you really start humbling yourself and get out of your own way, because it is us against us. I'm never going to compare myself to nobody else because I know every one of us is beautiful. I know he made every single one of us for another one of us. And he has all these different variables and beautiful gifts in store for us. The joy that I have. And let me tell you what my current situation is with the joy I have. He asked me, he said, Nidra, a lot of people are wishing harm on you. But can I take it all away yet again to show what I'm asking? Doesn't mean everybody gonna have to go through this. But I am being asked, my season of Job, to let him take it all away. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Yet will I love him. Because I know it's about this. This is always wanting something. You tell me a time this flesh ain't wanted. You can sit up there and wanted this grand house, car, everything. You get it. How long are you satisfied? How long does it make you feel good after you fill it with all the things that you think you want to fill it with? How long it's going to take for this flesh to tell you you want something else? He is trying. And I say trying because God don't have to try. But he gave us free will. So that puts all the responsibility in our hands. But yet we're so quick to blame somebody else. So quick to blame somebody else when things don't go right. But we never think about, what about my choices? Even if I was in a car accident. Even the heinous things I've gone through, which is the word ape with the R taken away and all these other things. If I had to listen to the prompting of canceling that date, that's the divine protection. But I didn't listen to that. I chose to do something different. But then I want to blame God and I want to blame everybody else. But he warned me and I didn't listen. And if you go back and look at anything you went through, there was always a warning. But did you pay attention? Because he said it in the way you would know. He said it in a way that only you could see it. Another time I'm being prompted to share. I left work. I was tired. I had to go run to Costco. And I went the way I normally do. But I was told and prompted to go, like, don't go up that road. Go this way, make a left instead of making my right. I didn't listen. Then all of a sudden I heard stop. And I'm just like, stop. And I looked around and didn't see anything. And then I came out and got boom, whammed. And my first, I kid you not, I was like crying. It's like, why did you allow this to happen to me? He said, I didn't warn you once. I warned you twice and you didn't listen. And then at that point, I humbled myself. I asked for forgiveness and I just bawled crying, looking at the mess I made. When are we going to take accountability? When are we going to say, I'm listening to all these other people out in the world. I heard 10 ways. Oh my goodness. I'm so sick of these videos because it's really just like vexing me now because 10 ways I could spy him cheating. 10 ways I could spy her cheating. Do you know? Every person is different. Uniquely. Rarity. God is saying a rarity, which means there's only one like you. He said, even if I create twins, triplets, quadruplets, guess what? Each and every single one of them has different DNA. They look, you can find the difference in each of them because it's the way he created it. How on God's green earth are you going to predict anybody that took statistics? I took statistics. The amount of variables that go into something. All of these Census Bureau and all of them, it is meant to create a narrative. God is trying to free us from all of this. But will you listen? Will you humble yourself and listen? Because the vision he gave me, there were several. I shared one. I'm being told to mention all the visions again. The first one I got when the first assassination attempt happened with Trump. I was told he's behind it. B, I saw a flash of what the real agenda was. And did I ever know there were going to be 3 attempts? Now you tell me, when anybody that's got a sniper, anybody that knows anything about guns, because I do, don't look like it, but I do. You don't miss with a sniper. If you know what you do, you ain't missing. And the real plot is because she's going to be elected. And the plot is to take her out. I'm just being the vessel, sharing what he told me. Then the other vision I got, it was just like the closest thing I could explain it for you all to understand is like, say you have a picture frame with like 24 boxes, but there's no lines in between. You could just put the pictures, the collage how you want. It was like this major collage of all these catastrophes, which in my mind, immediately I thought destruction. Then all of a sudden, in boulder, like actual boulder, like as if boulders were made to make letters, said mass across the vision of all the catastrophes. I saw plane crashes, train crashes, tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes erupted. I saw mass destruction, accident pileups. It was just, I didn't even know how to receive it because of the emotion I got with it too. And I just said, he calling me to sound the alarm. And then my phone dinged. And then I heard him say, thank you for being obedient. Thank you for not being afraid to share it. Thank you for doing the work that I prepared for you. Because he didn't work this out of me. 51 years, he been working me and preparing me and preparing me. That's how I know he prepares the way. Not to mention the scriptures where he say he prepares the way. Mass destruction. And those who fall on their face, repent, turn from the wicked ways, the flesh, that's wanting everything else above him. The original curse of Adam and Eve, it was not her tempting him with the apple because he already knew where the apple came from. It was both of them equally choosing to be disobedient and saying, I'm not asking God nothing. I'm going to eat this and I'm going to have the knowledge of good and evil like God. They were gods. This is what I'm being told to reiterate. They were gods coming from him because they were the first creation from him. Gods. Go back and read Genesis chapter 1. It's right there in the scriptures. They called them giants. Let me tell you, that was changed from gods to giants. Strategic. That 1% that wanted to keep the power. The God said the first will be last and the last will be first. After judgment comes the wealth transfer. And all that was rich and wicked lose everything. Because he said he stores up the wicked riches for the just, righteous, and faithful. I can't make this up. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to warn, and people ain't listening. I've been doing these videos day after day, and just the amount of rejection that I feel in the spirit. I feel people's energy. This is a spiritual gift of rejection. Like, I ain't got time for this. This conspiracy theorist, this, that, and but God is about to start showing the puff daddies. Oh, that was just because he knew it was going to go under the radar because, hello, what color is his skin? And he wanted to show somebody that thought they was untouchable, had all this money, wasn't never going to lose it. What's happening to him now? Wealth transfer. And all these wicked folks doing all these dirty deeds in the dark, he's going to expose it. Let me tell you the truth. Every last one of us got darkness that tries to attack us. Why? Because we got light and dark angels assigned to us, tempting us. Every thought that comes in your mind is not from you at all. It's from your spirit guides. the light and the dark angels. Whom will you serve? What seeds are you planting? I'm trying to tell you, he gave it to me in simple terms. And I'm hoarse, but I'm still going to sing this even if off key because it's ringing in my head. It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard. Loving you is like a battle, but you unnecessarily end up with scars, 'cause you don't listen to the Most High when he's trying to show you so you could get by and get over in his divine light. I'm trying to tell you, he's trying to free every soul, not some. Because see, we look at the snippet. He looked at from beginning to present or the end. He is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end, everything and nothing. And that's going to go over some people's heads. But we have to understand, when he says all things, I am all things good, what lens are you looking through to see what's good? Because he sees it all as good because he's going to use it, every bit of it, to free us. But most of the time, we too busy in our feelings. We got attitudes, we frustrated, we blaming him for everything, and we ain't took no accountability for our own choices. My stomach is growling to give me confirmation, and my stomach rarely growls. I'm cracking up right now. I was like I don't even know if you heard it on camera, but I'm just gonna be transparent. I am praying for us all because I have gigantic faith, not faith the size of a mustard seed. It comes the size of a mustard seed so you can plant it, so it can take root, and then it can break through the ground to grow, to be seen by others. I have faith that every one of us can heal. We all are looking at each other from an unhealed, uncleansed lens. So because that person sins differently than you do and falls victim in the flesh different than you do, you blaming this person. They horrible to you. We all are villain in somebody's story. Every last one of us. And God is saying, you are fighting against something you don't understand. The principles and the principalities of darkness, which was sprung and created out of their disobedience from eating off that tree. Because then at that point, we had opposition and we had choice. Are you choosing the light or the dark? Or do you choose the Most High and he teaches you how to utilize both? How to use your dark to protect your light, and how to use your light to keep your dark from becoming too dark, so it doesn't turn evil and wicked. I can't break it down no more simpler than that. And I'm being told to just let that marinate, and for me to go into prayer and supplication when I close this out, because I do have faith that every person can heal. The racist, the bigot, the R word with the apist, the ex addict with the S, the intimacy addict, the serial cheater. Because guess what? When it comes to marriage, you got to understand that the original sin, that already pitted them against each other from day one. He blamed her and she blamed him. That's what we dealing with now. Pointing the finger. But ain't nobody doing this. Let me heal and work on this. Let me connect to this. Let me get this right. I can't point the finger at nobody else, because guess what? The moment you point the finger at you, there's 1 pointing up at him and 3 pointing back at you, meaning that's where the focus should be. Because you can't do nothing without thumbs, Harley. It is difficult to do anything without your thumb. That's why that points up. I'm going to be obedient Most High. I'm so eager to just get people to wake up. But I really hope and pray that people just trust him. Take that leap of faith to know he real. Just take that leap of faith to know he real. I'm so grateful that I know he's real. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful I'm being trained and going through rigorous mental obstacle courses to understand at a deep core level of what is out here in this world. I pass by people every day feeling their pain and they wearing a mask, pretending like they happy when they are so not happy. They miserable. Men are suffering. Women are exhausted emotionally and physically because we trying to do it all. Trying to show we can do it all. And I can ring that bell because that was me. And God is like, no, I didn't create you to do it all yourself. You needed me from day one. So grateful for my grandfather breaking that down for me. Being told to wind it down. But I'm telling you, it's just go to him. Just go to him. Please just go to him. I come live every morning at 7 a.m. to work out because he wants us to be healthy. He wants us to put ourselves first and stop putting other people first. He showed me I was getting out of bed at 5, 4 o'clock in the morning, 1 in the morning, going to get friends that didn't have a place to stay, helping my kids, all this stuff. Oh, but you can't get up to go work out and help yourself? You gonna hit the snooze button on you, but you getting up for everybody else, going, running off, doing all this stuff. He shut me down. He was like, no. You gonna feel what it's like to go through health issues. Battling the C word, trying to figure that out. I just told him, I know you gotta work for me. And when it's all said and done, I know I gave it everything. Not some. I know what Chadwick Boseman said was use it all up. Use it all. Because I genuinely love people. Even the biggie. Even the murderer. Even the apis with the R. Because it all comes from brokenness, unhealed hurt that somebody was dysfunctional because they kept it hidden and they didn't go to the creator to understand themselves, to know why are these things coming at me? How do I navigate this? I can't do this on my own. I need your strength, not mine. I can only go so far. That's Most High. Everybody have a blessed rest of your day. I go live at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for scripture study. And I share my spiritual awakening experience at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when it permits for me. Right now, I'm in the process of moving. I'm losing my home. I was forced to sell it. I battled, got out of foreclosure twice, but God said, they don't want you to have nothing. And I'm asking you just to go ahead and just show you love me more than anything in this world. And I do. And even after going through this the 4th time, I would go through it again for him if he asked. Because I really want people to know him the way I do. God bless everyone.